Hi, my name is Chantal K. I'm Assistant Professor of Sociology, and this fall semester I'll be teaching Introduction to Sociology, Sociology of Social Problems, and International Social Problems. My students should expect to not be able to sleep through my classes. My classes are highly interactive. There's a lot of engagement. We do a lot of activities and games and exercises to really grapple with the content and the approaches of the courses. In that way, it turns out, I think, and from feedback I get, it turns out to be a lot more fun and engaging for students, and also a lot more of a learning opportunity. So most of my classes have a service learning component in them. And in service learning, that means that we get the opportunity to do some volunteer work in our community, and that can be in a variety of different fields. It can be working with elders, it can be working with children, it can be working with people who have a variety of disabilities, it can be working with refugees and immigrants, and on and on and on and on. The community needs are high, and SNU has a unique opportunity to do what we do best, and that is to spread the joy that we have on campus around our community. So in all of my classes, my students do their volunteer work, and we tie what we learn through our volunteer work back into the course content and materials that we go through, so that we can see, and I feel so strongly about this, that we can really see that what we learn in sociology, and true in most every other course here at SNU, what we learn is not just the stuff of textbooks. It's not just stuff that happens in the walls of our classrooms. It is stuff that is actually really relatable and connected to the quote-unquote real world outside of the classroom. And so service learning is a component that we get to really grapple with that stuff together in. The reason students should come to my office hours is because I love to be able to work with students, and sometimes it's just easier to be able to do that one-on-one. When you're in a classroom setting together, again, that can be really fun and engaging, but if there is any way that we want to work together beyond what we can do in the classroom, the office is the best way to do that, or at least any one-on-one time. I should say I'm happy to meet students during my office hours outside of my office. So anywhere on campus that works for you works for me. SNU is a great campus. I always say this to my students because I feel like we really need to see how awesome our community is right here. SNU is a fantastic campus. We should make use of it. We should use all the cool spaces we have. And again, I am happy to meet you wherever you want to meet on campus. But my office is pretty nice too. Hopefully you can see some of the great stuff I've got in my office, and I'd love it if you could see it in person. So there's a lot of stuff I love to do. I love riding my bicycle. I love rock climbing. I love just being in the mountains or the beaches or being outside. I also happen to love discovering new cafes. So whenever I travel anywhere, and I do get a chance to travel a fair amount, I really just love going to check out new cafes and seeing, oh, what kind of artwork do they have on the wall, or what kind of coffees do they have, or whatever. To me, it's a great way of getting to know new communities and stuff. So maybe that's a bit of an odd hobby, but it is collecting cafes as a hobby. And I also really enjoy meeting and interacting with new people as well. I love my office. I'm so excited by my space. It has windows, which really excites me. But more importantly, it's also a place for me to do a lot of my deep thinking that I do. I care very deeply about my students, and I care very deeply about the ways that I design and present my courses, and the ways that I engage inside the classroom, inside my office, and all over campus with my students. My office is a place for me to do that. My office is also a place where I have some really excellent conversations with students. Oftentimes students come to my office because they're like, oh, I'm having this question, this problem, this issue, and I really would rather be able to have a one-on-one conversation. And that my students can come to my office and feel it's a safe space for that really brings me just a great deal of comfort to know that I can provide that comfort. Also, my office is just a way for me to express myself, just like wherever you live, hopefully is a place where you can express yourself as well. I'm not sure how much of this you can see, but I have pictures of my family in my office. I have quotes that are very meaningful to me. I have the world map because I am deeply engaged in the world. I have a home in India as well as here in the United States, and so it reminds me just of everything that I love about being a global citizen. And so there's just a whole bunch of, if you just want to come and see something fun and you need a break from like thinking about heavy stuff, come to my office and you can check some stuff out.